Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Thanks for joining us. Topping the headlines, Ministry of Health says Dominica is prepared for cholera. Dominica Cancer Society receives $10,000 donation, and government recognizes the importance of sports development on the island. All these stories and more when National Focus returns. Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. Dominicans can be sure that the Ministry of Health is being proactive in defending the island against any cholera outbreaks. Cholera is an acute infection of the small intestine, resulting in profuse watery diarrhea, vomiting, and dehydration. Infection always occurs by ingesting food or water that has been contaminated with the bacterium. Although there are no indications of cholera on the island, outbreaks have been confirmed in both Haiti and Cuba. Health Minister Honorable Julius Timothy has reassured Dominicans that a robust defense strategy is in place.
We are prepared. As far as cholera is concerned, we basically, in terms of treatment, the major thing is the IV fluids. We have a whole 40-foot container load of IV fluids. All the doctors have been trained to identify it and what the procedures are for treating it.
The health minister said that there is doubt that cholera would prove any serious threat on the island if it is confirmed here, since the bacteria mostly lives in stagnant water.
Fortunately for us in Dominica, we really don't have stagnant water. Most of our water is running swiftly to the seas. So even if it does come here, we do not think it will be in any serious, significant way. But we are preparing. We have the medications and we're preparing anyway, just in case.
Dominica's Tourism Minister, Honorable Ian Douglas, has stated that the 2012-2013 national budget allows for the expansion of the tourism industry. Honorable Douglas said that the sector has been indicating steady growth, which is very reassuring.
We see that in tourism right now is registering, is growing, is registering growth. This year, the restaurant sector is growing, and all these measures are as a result of what we continue to do in tourism. We continue to support our bus drivers with concessions. We continue to support our investors here in Dominica and the people that have shown confidence in the economy, and more specifically in the tourism industry, by investing their monies. I mean, we have about 8 new properties that have been built. We have maybe another 8 to come on stream based on the concessions that we have given via the Invest Dominica Authority. That shows that the investors have confidence in the Dominican economy, confidence in the government and what we continue to do.
The minister believes that the ability of the current administration to achieve such successes in the tourism arena, despite the financial downturn, is remarkable. He also said that come brighter economic days, Dominica will be able to hold its own.
And we really want to encourage more and more tourism. We believe that if we could have withstood the global recession when persons had less money to travel, hopefully that when the world is coming out of the recession, we can continue to grow and expand our tourism industry. And that's why in the tourism sector, our budget has been expanded by the Ministry of Finance, because we recognize the need to continue to market Dominica in the outside world.
Minister for Culture, Youth and Sports, Honorable Justina Charles, says the current administration remains committed to the development of arts and culture. Minister Charles gave the commitment when she addressed Parliament last week. The minister spoke of training programs initiated by the Division of Culture to ensure the preservation and promotion of the island's traditions.
The division continues to provide training in all arts forms for all ages. Training is also provided to teachers of both primary and secondary schools in various parts of the island. The division works in collaboration with schools in planning and implementation of cultural activities within the schools. In June 2012, the Cultural Division and the National Cultural Council launched a Dominica Institute for Arts, which will be based at the Old Mill Cultural Center. The institute is a specialized institution for the teaching of various artistic disciplines for adults and children. Classes at the institute will begin in September 2012.
Dominican men are now $10,000 closer to a better prostate scanning method, thanks to a donation from Friends of Espoir Dominique. Friends of Espoir Dominique, which means Hope Dominica, is a club based at the Ross University School of Medicine. The group raised $10,000 EC dollars towards the purchase of a portable ultrasound prostate scanner, which cost $30,000. The check was presented to the Dominica Cancer Society at a press conference on Tuesday, where Professor of Oncology at the Ross University, Dr. Kamal Malaka, noted the importance of the machine in the early detection of prostate cancer in Dominica.
Cancer prostate has become one of the biggest killer now all over the world, including Dominica. Particularly Dominican people, the type of cancer prostate they get is much worse than what you see in the white population. So the whole idea of what we're trying to achieve here in Dominica to catch them early, to detect the cancer prostate early enough so that you can treat them or prevent it even.
Dr. Malaka highlighted an ongoing venture to hold prostate screening sessions for men across the island.
So with the help of Ross University Cancer Society, Oncology Society, and Dominica Cancer Society, together we have launched a program to do a countrywide, nationwide cancer prostate screening program. We have done already more than 600 people scanned, and we want to cover the entire country. To be able to do it properly, why we do it anyway, the whole objective is to detect the cancer as early as possible so that you can cure them. When you can detect early, the treatment becomes easier, simpler, they live longer, and the stress on the health dollar is even much lesser. And we do not lose much that time of their working time. These people, in old days, say maybe 20 years ago, cancer prostate was a disease of 60 plus people or 70 plus. Now we are seeing 50 plus. So these are people still in their working life. So we don't want to lose their working life just become sick. So the whole idea of detecting early has got multiple advantages. And so we are raised to be able to detect it properly early enough. We need, apart from our clinical expertise, we need some instruments also. And one very easily applicable instrument is ultrasonographic or ultrasound prostate scan, which is mobile, which can take from place to place, and with that we are able to detect this even small amount of cancer in the prostate.
President of Friends of Espoir Dominique, Yuri Matusov, says his organization is pleased to be able to make the donation.
I'm the president of Friends of Espoir Dominique at Ross University. As Dr. Malakar mentioned, prostate cancer is a major problem worldwide and certainly in Dominica, and we're very proud to be able to assist the oncology clinic with this donation.
Vina Roye, president of the Dominica Cancer Society, felt the gesture was very encouraging.
I want to say how grateful we are, the Cancer Society, to Ross University and the Oncology Society, Espoir Dominique. You know, when they say Espoir Dominique, you look forward to seeing Dominicans on board. But it is so good to see you taking on this challenge and doing so well at it. I want to say that you are encouraging us. It's very encouraging for us to have gotten this contribution from you. We want to say just blessings upon your association, your group, and on Dr. Malaka and the rest of the team who are working along with us. In fact, they are making our work real, authentic. They are making us feel that we are making the contribution we want to make to Dominicans.
Friends of Espoir Dominique attempts to help terminally ill patients by providing physical and emotional support through community visits to patients' homes. Additionally, the organization holds fundraisers in an attempt to raise money to provide financial support to patients. Meanwhile, the Roosevelt-Skerrit-led administration continues to pay attention to the development of sports on the island. Minister responsible for sports, Honorable Justina Charles, in her address to Parliament last week, noted the importance of sports development to the overall improvement of the quality of life of nationals. She spoke of government's efforts to facilitate the development of various sporting disciplines and to encourage youth participation in sports.
The ministry will continue to support the efforts of national sports organizations and the Olympic Committee. We will focus attention on the strengthening of the physical education and sports program at our schools and institutionalize the sporting activities at the community level. Madam Speaker, the activities of this division is also geared towards addressing our concerns in relation to obesity, especially childhood obesity, and chronic non-communicable diseases, which is creating a serious financial burden in the health sector. And so, the sports division will do every effort to engage our young persons in physical activities to address this great concern.
And government remains committed to the overall health of the island's population. One tangible demonstration of that commitment is improvements to health facilities island-wide. Health Minister Honorable Julius Timothy, in his address to Parliament last week, revealed that over $1 million was spent on health facilities during the last financial year.
During the period, therefore, the ministry undertook works at the following health centers. Ansdemay, $254,000 reconstruction. Penville Health Center, $215,000 renovation, extension, and fencing. Grand Fond, $61,000 renovating building and fence. Rivière Cyric, $140,000 renovating and fencing. Calibishi, $55,000 renovation. Bellevue Chopin, $51,000 extension to building. Colibistri, $172,000 renovation and fencing. St. Joseph, under BNTF, $447,000 general renovation. St. Joseph additional works, $18,000 dental unit repairs. Total cost of $1.4 million, Madam Speaker, at these health centers.
Efforts by the ministry to enhance the island's health facilities will continue in the new financial year.
The ministry prepares bill of quantities and estimates for other areas, including the nurses' recreation room, screening area, and storm drains at the Roseau Health Center, driveway and parking lot at the La Plaine Health Center, Viecas Health Center, Scott's Head Health Center, Portsmouth Hospital roof and electricals, Grand Bay Health Center roof, and others.
In order to ensure the sustainability of those enhancement projects, the ministry will focus on the maintenance of the facilities.
At the end of the refurbishment program, the ministry also plans to implement its maintenance program in order to keep the facilities safe and functional, while ensuring that a minimum outlay of funds will be required in the process.
Minister for Public Works, Energy and Ports, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, has defended government's decision to invest in airline Liat. The investment was criticized by the opposition United Workers' Party, and Honorable Blackmore addressed that issue when he spoke to Parliament last week.
Between January to April 2012, Madam Speaker, there were 826 flights to Dominica. 826 flights to Dominica. Out of these 826 flights, Madam Speaker, Liat had 641 flights into Dominica. No Liat, then what? That is what the opposition has to say to the Dominican public. And at the same time, Madam Speaker, the flights I made reference to just now speak to day flights. At the same time, we had 290 night flights between January and April of 2012. At night. Out of that, Madam Speaker, Liat had 242 flights. No Liat, then what? Tell us. That's all I want to hear, in the Dominican public. No Liat, then what? And it means, therefore, you're talking about 83% of a nice flight. And Liat, no Liat, then what?
Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, in his budget presentation to Parliament last week, also made reference to government's investment in Liat.
Here are some facts, Madam Speaker. Liat accounts on an average for 70% of passengers arriving by air into Dominica. Approximately 65% of Liat passengers on a monthly basis are visitors. American Eagle accounts on average for 21% of arrivals, with the main source of passengers being the US and its territories. However, further service by American Eagle is in doubt, and at present, only Liat has a type of aircraft and navigational assets, though limited, to effectively replace the service. Dominica, specifically the tourism sector, is almost solely dependent on Liat to bring in the bulk of non-French, Caribbean, and European, particularly UK visitors, who combined account for 40% of arriving visitors. Liat is the only regular service provider currently connecting Dominica to the regional hubs of Antigua and Barbados. It is in that context of these facts that a decision was made to become a shareholder of Liat.
In more news, Energy Minister Honorable Rayburn Blackmore has defended government's investment in a geothermal energy exploration project. The Energy Minister, in his address to Parliament last week, noted that Dominica will benefit significantly from the geothermal project.
We have 40% hydro and 70% fossil fuel. And we believe, therefore, if we're to construct, and let me just say before that, the Labour Party administration, which is being led by Roosevelt Skerrit, in this term, we construct a small plant of 10 to 15 megawatts to deal for local supply in Dominica to ensure that we lower the price of lights and energy for people in Dominica. That is what we're saying to the people of Dominica. And based on that, we have done a case study, Madam Speaker, and look at all the variables insofar as a 10 to 15 megawatt plant is concerned, insofar as geothermal is concerned. And we are seeing, based on the results and the finding, we can realize a saving by about 40% on our light bills. And with a foreign exchange benefit of over $6 million US. And as we graduate, Madam Speaker, into the bigger plan, think about the possibility of the expansion that can give to our economy, the new industries that can be created in Dominica, and the prospects for employment in this country. And already we have been through the processes, Madam Speaker, of drilling the free test wells, and the possibilities look good. And you heard Dr. McIntyre, made reference, the honour member for the Roseau Valley, made reference to the prospects. Already we have in discussion with potential partners and to capitalize on the prospect, Madam Speaker, and to ensure that we maximize the potential that is there.
And that's the English segment of the news. We now join Macpherson St. Louis for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominica a bâti une maison pour résidents Wankase Bros qui était bien affecté si l'on mauvais délai l'année passée. Parole cela a sorti hors membre parlement Honorable Johnson Drago. Honorable Drago a aussi fait parole que le projet infrastructure a bâti combattre mauvais délai l'année passée aussi. Honorable Drago dit budget qui passe en parlement qu'a fait allocation pour ça.
nous qui a fait 10 kay Maigo pour aider moun qui étaient affectés toutes ces falma nous teni dans les passé mois novembre là mais nous regarder pour ça aussi le gouvernement dit qui a identifié plus que 43 000 $ pour sortir depuis Caraïbes Territory oui Gic descend Delis Petite Savane pour casser le souci pour aider puis ça fait dommage de la période même c'est la pluie en novembre là pour faire ça faire wall pour faire pont tout ces dommages là nous taper en ces area ça et puis des bagages encore qui étaient tellement important ba nous en budget là c'est ça fait si pour monde qui ni petit business yo monde qui a coude qui a fait furniture puis ça actuellement gouvernement mettre $1,000 sur côté yo ça aller là prêter l'argent pour aider yo gain matériel pour lever place yo et puis l'autre bagage là encore en budget ça c'est affaires ça que apprenticeship programme la jeunesse ça aller à point pour mettre ba yo skill l'état et puis pour ça vivre comment tu as dit à budget là mon ka ouais moun ka mener télévision yo jikozo wanger nous le voici nous ça train jeunesse en small appliance repair et puis ça vivre en commune là et puis aider ouvrir petite boutique ça fait un welding et puis automécanique budget ça c'est un budget qui a really mettre confiance là qui nous comme gouvernement ni en tout peuple Dominique tout département qui venir ensemble faire ça pour faire pour nous pousser Dominique devant.
En notre nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique a fait allocation $1 million en année financière salam pour petit entreprise en Dominique assisté monde qui méritait assistance commencer petit entreprise à Dominique. Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt fait par World Small Business Support Unit qui le gouvernement établi en année 2008 qui est responsable de l'agence salam déjà dépensé $5.2 millions en loan et puis grant l'argent moun paré pour payer pour 1,695 moun tout mon pays là. Premier ministre Skerritt dit l'argent $1 million salam que t'a quitté certaines catégories moun. Honorable Skerritt a gardé devant que programme salam que avancer activité économique en pays là et puis aussi assister moun qui veut commencer business ailleurs. Honorable Skerritt dit programme salam fait allocation 600 avec 41 moun pour taper travail. En la nouvelle, Cancer Society Dominica a tapé Koayo à une meilleure position pour assister un homme qui a souffert de prostate cancer. Une organisation étudiante Ross University vient ensemble, on a levé l'argent assister la société là pour poursuivre un scanner, ça c'est une machine, traiter prostate cancer. Présentation là prend place mardi à l'hôpital Princess Margaret Onwozo. Madame Vina Roye, c'est président Cancer Society Dominique.
Il y a un comité qui Espoir Dominique qui a fait force pour aider lever l'argent pour aider les gens qui ont cancer. Et aujourd'hui là, il a présenté Dr. Malaka avec 10 000 un chèque pour $10,000 qui est même Espoir Dominique en University Ross, yo même levé fait l'argent ça là pour aider avec cet équipement qui a besoin.
Et puis finalement, le gouvernement Dominique a bâti Roseau River Promenade, premier cas l'année financière ça là. Projet ça là qui a coûté $4 millions, qui a formé par plan gouvernement oui développer ville Roseau. Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt fait parole au Parlement semaine passée qui projet ça là qui est tapé en mai environ pour vendors qui a one service à l'occasion ça là. Organisation Alba qui a financé projet là qui a voué faciliter bâti bordage live Roseau qui a ni l'occasion manger ça fait landscaping en pied bois en parmi d'autres bagailles. Il y a un grand restaurant moderne et puis mini-mall qui est aussi formé par le projet Salam. Plusieurs d'autres aspects qui prennent place plan gouvernement Dominique pour développer ville Roseau. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi, c'est Macpherson Saint-Louis. Au revoir.
When we come back, we bring you the upcoming events and government notices. Please stay tuned.
You're watching GIS.
In recent months, the Ministry of Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs has been in receipt of numerous requests for the establishment of private burial grounds of human remains on private property. The approval of such requests is dependent on specific guidelines and standards established by the Environmental Health Department to ensure the protection of the environment and public health. For further information on those guidelines, the public is asked to check the GIS website news.gov.dm. All concerned are asked to note the following hurricane shelters and shelter managers for the communities of Coliho, Maho, and Salisbury. Coliho, your hurricane shelter, is the Coliho Catholic Church, where the shelter manager is Eric Williams Jr. and his assistant is Alan John. Maho, your hurricane shelters are 1. The ground floor of the Maho Government School. The shelter manager there is Davidson Motley John, and the assistant shelter manager is John Baptist. 2. The Maho Crisis Center. 3. The Maho Berean Church. The shelter manager at the church is Ian Ismail, and the assistants are Mr. and Mrs. Bernard Leblanc. And 4. The Maho Gospel Tabernacle. Lena Augustine is the shelter manager, and her assistants are Michael Hector and Brian C. Vidal. Also, the Ministry of Education wishes to inform the general public of its collection and distribution of textbooks for the school year 2012 to 2013. For students attending the 1st to 4th forms of the St. Martin's Secondary School and the St. Mary's Academy, you are asked to collect your textbooks on Wednesday, July 25th from the GSP building located in Bath Estate from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And for students attending the 1st form of the Convent High School, you are asked to collect your textbooks on Friday, July 27th from the GSP building located in Bath Estate from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. The Lubia Village Council, in collaboration with the District Police, invites all villagers, including Castle Comfort, Wallhouse, and Leopoldville residents, to a talk on the role of the police in disaster management. This is planned for Thursday, July 26th at the Lubia Resource Center from 7 p.m. The council urges all to attend and to be on time. The Division of Agriculture is conducting a series of sensitization meetings to educate farmers, exporters, traders, and the public on the black sigatoka disease. On Thursday, July 26th, the meeting will be for the Pennyville community at the Pennyville Government School at 3:30 p.m. Please make a special effort to attend and to be on time. People involved in the music industry are informed that the National Export Council Secretariat, DEXIA, and the Dominica Coalition of Service Industries, in collaboration with the Cultural Division, Discover Dominica Authority, and the Dominica Festivals Committee, is hosting a 2-day training workshop in intellectual property and management in the music and film industries from July 27 to 28 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Garaway Hotel Conference Room. Interested persons can call telephone numbers 448-6693 extension 154 or 266-4092 or 448-4833. Persons are encouraged to register early as space is limited. And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm. Or you could visit our GIS Dominica page on YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Jarna Hector. Thanks for watching.